Hi folks, welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, this is what I've been doing for like a solid week. As you can probably hear the trains go overboard. What is this pipe for? Is that that's my nitrogen, right? I need that. So that can stay there, because that'll go up and through the middle. So I'll give you a little run of the tour of the base. This is a completely different save from the previous one, but I've got it to where we were from the last one. This is just the remains of the, the spaghetti startup base. It's still there. This is where the water comes up into the base. There's another couple up that end as well. Looks like the water must be getting used. So each of these have 600 each. I tried to calculate it so that everything is full. So each of these fills up these pipes pretty much. And then you've got the various belts of ingots and stuff. So here's like the limestone, there's some copper. Above us we've got some more. We've got the samore, we've got coal. Over that way we've got the deuterium. It always glitches that corner, I don't know why. Deuterium, I think quartz comes from over that way as well. Pretty much everything comes from over that side. Then you've got the iron over here, and then the bauxite is this one. So they basically feed into the factory. So yeah, I did use, as you can probably tell, this second floor. I used the blueprint for foundations, and I clearly didn't do it right because it sticks out. I don't know if I would redo it, because I would need to redo that entire wall, and the bit inside it would need to be done, which I can't be bothered doing. But yeah, we'll go in and I'll show you. So this wasn't originally the entrance. I literally just made this so that we can go in and have a look. So of course we need to have the railway line, which goes underneath this bit. That's why I made it up this height, because it will go over the railway. That's actually higher than it needs to be. I think that's like 3 high or something. So this is somewhat the main hallway. You've got the power here. So these are making rocket fuel, I believe. So these are pretty maxed out. And then through this bit all the way along is the power storage. So it's like the battery pack things. Let's go through here. This is the main train station, although I've only got one train. Because I was originally going to have it set up so loads of trains can come in, but there's just the one. Then this was recent, so that I could just get the crystals. I'm going to move these to the third floor up, which is going to be where the sand gets deposited. So here you've got all the different production residue. So you've got, I think 4 of them are for, that's an odd amount. I don't know why I've got an odd amount. Is that an odd amount? No, it's not. It's because those 4 are closer than those 2. Right. But basically these go up to the next floor and make the oil, the plastic, rubber, fabric, all that stuff. I don't actually need this belt. This was for the turbo fuel, but I took that out to make the rocket fuel. Obviously it can only do 600 for the pipe, so there's no point in maxing it out. So that's running that whole thing. Then you've got them. This goes up the way. Let's patch up this wall. I can probably start patching up holes. So here's where all the ores are. So the sulfur, the quartz, Titanium just in there. That's the coal. So everything basically goes up to the next floor. So yeah, this is like the main station, drop off point, and this was just to get rid of some of the crystals to make some coupons. Let's call the elevator, because most of the second floor's encased now, pretty much. So we'll take it up to the next floor, which is the oil production. So yeah, I've been working on this save file for like a whole week solid, probably more than that in total. Right, so here, this isn't actually enough to fully do the plastic. Basically what I'm doing, rather than having water pipes everywhere, it's just going to go through a packaging system, and then it comes back, then goes in, and goes back out. But I don't actually have enough of these, because these are only 150 a minute, so this is only, I would like, was it 1200 for the full belt? So I would need another 6 or something of these. So you can see the plastic's just getting dumped right now because it's not going anywhere. So either gets stored, turned into containers, or dumped. This is where it all gets processed. So these are basically getting held up because the residue isn't getting used up, but once we actually start using up the residue and the coke and stuff, then this will start working. I've seen it. I've put it under a stress test and it does work fully. This was just you can see the residue is just getting burnt. The residue is not actually filling it. And at the end of the tour we'll go back down and see what the actual issue is. It could be the oil, because it's actually getting used up quite a bit now. But yeah, that's the rubber, over there's the plastic, here's the petroleum coke, so that goes into steel production mostly, and it'll go into like gunpowder and stuff, I think. This is the fabric one. So yeah, let's go. Actually, I'll show you this little bit. This is where all the mess is hidden. I can't even get up there because I've walled it off. Hold on. Must be another one. Yeah. Well, it's not really a mess. I've seen worse. So this is where all the stuff comes through. Obviously, when I've added the elevator back in, I've had to move these, because these are actually hiding the ramps, but this ramp wasn't here when I set any of this up. It's just hiding all the hideous belts, the pipes, there's the residue and stuff over here. And obviously when we bring up the pipes of nitrogen, they'll come up this bit as well. This is where all the main production comes up through it. But it's hidden. I need to put lights in here. This will be like the main hallway. So as we make more stuff, we just make it go along this way. I had to build right next to this thing, didn't I? But luckily, we just come up beside it. Does that actually activate if I'm on the other side of it? I think it can still affect me as well, can't it? Yeah, that. Yeah. So I'm gonna need to go out and kill it at some point. So I think it's the same with radiation, it can still affect you even though you're not in the same building. So yeah, I need to bring the next set of lights forward. So if we got into this room to the right, this is what I was working on all day yesterday. It took a while to set up. You'll notice this platform goes up as well because of the power production underneath. So basically we've got two full belts of each of the ingots. And the concrete as well. Which took a while to do. So that's the iron, then you've got the steel. I think it's copper. And this side is the bauxite. So you saw those bottles that were going past and stuff goes in here to make all that. Deuterium. There's the aluminium. So obviously all this is stopped because we're not using it yet. But everything will run. And these are just waiting for the water. That gets rid of the water. So these can keep running. There is a way that you can run the water directly back into this, but I can't do it. I've tried it like 5 times on different save files. It doesn't work for me, so I find it easier just to bring plastic in and get rid of the extra water from that. So continue it. So this is where all the ingots go up and through. So this is like the floor that they go into it. Basically everything goes up through the ceiling. If I go here, they don't have to be completely lined up, but it would be nice. I'm just doing this so I've got power to get up to the next floor, and I'll show you above this bit. So that's the space elevator, I'll show you that in a minute. So here's the second, the middle floor where all the belts are coming up. So these are the I'm assuming the essentials. So the ingots. Then you've got the rubber, fabric, quartz, coal, petroleum coke, and then you've got the residue, because we will need that further along down the line for like smokeless powder and stuff. I'm going to have like an ammunition room and that requires the lubricant. This one's empty because basically the water goes out, the canisters come back, they'll be on the same line, so I know what they're doing. So this is the top floor. I'm only going to have 2 fairly sized floors. So this is the hub. I've not completely shut it off yet. I'm just going to have... I haven't decided how big this bit's going to be. That's why I haven't cut it off completely. So yeah, I've got the junk stuff which I usually set up. So if there's a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need, like all this. I'll keep the rest of that. Space elevator. And then I'll probably have like the blue printer. I think I can unlock this Mark III actually. Let's have a look, see what the Mark III needs. I might not have any of the resources because I've dumped most of it. Nah, see I need that. I don't have them yet, which is this... yeah. Because I think they actually go into the next thing as well. We can unlock this, but we don't need it right now. And it's like wasting my turbo motors, so I don't have many of them. So yeah, if we go over here, this is the way down. This is where the sand production is. For now. I'll probably move it at some point. And then this is the elevator. I'll give it a call. We'll go back down to the oil production station because I want to see what's going on with the residue.
Fix it, elevator. Here to lift you up and to let you down.
I want to know why there's not enough going through. So it can't be the lubricant, can it? It might be. Not. Yeah, this isn't it. It's the lubricant is the issue. So once this is being used, I think it's this one over here is getting used. More. Because they two just go right up to the top. So that's why this one barely goes anywhere. So yeah, it's just a oil issue. I need to add those other geothermals over there. Or the crude oil. Cause I'm pretty sure there's more crude oil over there. It's not showing it. I'm sure there was. Unless it's been removed. It might have been removed, you know. I'm sure there was more crude oil over there. I can see there's some over there. See, that train is going empty now, so that means this is using the whole thing. But that's full. As long as the containers are somewhat full, I'm fine with that. Oil should be fine though. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing all this week, which is why I haven't really done much. So yeah, that's it for me today. If you want to see more Satisfactory, let me know, and I'll make more. If you go over to Twitch on a Friday, I've started a whole new playthrough on a different save file. If you want to see that, I do like Satisfactory. But yeah, this is just a short tour, so I need to start building up the basic productions, sheets, steel, copper sheets, rotors, starters, reinforced iron plate, all that stuff. Then we start working on electronics, solid circuits, basically everything that we've done in the previous videos. We'll need to do it all over again, but they're all going to be used by belt rather than via trains, so I think they'll be a bit quicker, and they'll be there pretty much instantly. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye for now.